What's going on, team? It's your boy G, aka Janato Sensei. We back at it again with another episode of the G Files, man. Today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Loki. This has been a long time coming, bro, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. But before we get into it, I need you guys to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and any bit of support is greatly appreciated. You could be watching anything on YouTube right now, but you decided to check this video out, so I appreciate y'all. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright, y'all, Loki, man. Loki has been like my favorite MCU TV series to date. So y'all know me, I always like to start with love, man. This show was great. Honestly, I don't know how you could make this show any better at this point. But, you know, from the actors to the casting to the story, it basically opened up the MCU to a whole bunch of different possibilities. So initially, I was just excited just to see Loki have his own project, Loki have his own show. But now this has got me excited for everything that's coming in phase 4 and 5. Because with this show, we learned two pivotal things that, you know, will now translate to everything else that happens within the MCU. That is how time works and confirmation that there's a multiverse. Those are things that I was looking for in WandaVision, that I was looking for in Falcon and Winter Soldier. But in Loki, we got to it. Now, just to give you guys a gist of what this show is basically about, this is set back right after the Battle of New York, where instead of Loki getting transferred back to Asgard with Thor, he actually gets his chance at freedom when the Hulk smashes into current day Iron Man and he loses a Tesseract, and Loki escapes with the Tesseract and becomes a variant of himself. So that's what started this whole thing. Now, variants in the timeline and things like that, I have videos covering all that stuff prior, so if you haven't checked those out, definitely go do that. But what this show is about is exploring not only just how time works in the MCU and if there's a multiverse or not, but it discusses free will. Because we've had characters like Thanos who, you know, have like this sort of like God complex, talking about he's inevitable and things like that. The conversation of like what's free will and what's not was very heavy within this show, along with how all this stuff works with the timeline. And we discussed in multiple videos if the timeline was just another version of what we all thought the multiverse theory was, and we learned that the answer to that question is no. But they do work in tandem together. Now, as far as the characters, man, the character development was really good. I think that Sylvie and Loki were a really dope duo. I wasn't much of a fan of, like, you know, the companionship and the whole notion of like, you know, this is the first time that Loki's ever kind of loved himself. I think that, you know, that could have been done in other ways, but I do like their chemistry like on screen and stuff like that. I think that Loki summed it up really good in the last episode, where basically he was saying like, yo, we're literally like yin and yang. He can't be trusted and she can't trust anyone. Now, some things that I'm not too keen on is the fact that we still don't really know where the TVA is. You know, I was wanting a little bit of confirmation of, you know, just if it's actually in the quantum realm. That's one theory that's going around out there, but hopefully we get something in Ant-Man Quantumania or in season 2. We'll have to wait and see. But, and then lastly, Ravonna's exit. For her to have such a pivotal role as a key person that was stopping everybody from meeting the timekeepers, for her to exit the way she did, I need more. But luckily there's going to be a season 2. If you ask me, I think she's going to go find that ship and then she's going to actually go and meet up with He Who Remains. So I think that'll be dope. But other than that, I don't really have too much to complain about this show, man. This show was great. There was definitely points in this show where I never really felt, you know, the stakes, just because of like the situation that they were in. But I love all the different variations of Loki that we got to see, and I like how everybody got to shine. I think this show has amazing pacing, and as a self-contained story, the possibilities are endless of what could happen for the future, because at this point time is irrelevant in the TVA. So they can end up anywhere in the MCU. So that's super dope. And then setting up Kang or He Who Remains as like, you know, the next big bad, I think that's going to be super dope. Jonathan Majors is an amazing actor, bro. He did a really dope monologue, and I wish we could have saw a lot more of him, but I know we'll see him in the future, bro. yeah, this joint was a masterpiece, bruh. This joint was a masterpiece. If you ask me, I like Loki more than WandaVision. Just because WandaVision didn't really make sense initially, you know. But like I said, it all winds down to the run back. When you do your marathon, your Marvel marathon, your MCU marathon, how's them joints gonna stack up? That's when you really gonna be able to tell. When you start watching stuff chronologically and stuff like that, it really sets the tone. But you know, as far as the G-File score for this show, I'm giving it a 98, man. There wasn't really nothing that I could really knock it for, but there were some things I feel like were still missing. But just because it was missing doesn't mean that it wasn't good, you know. So I'm giving it a 98. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I still got more and more theory stuff to talk to you guys about, mainly about the reset. So if you're hyped for that, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 1,000 subscribers, like I said before. Any bit of support is greatly appreciated. You can be watching anything on YouTube right now, but you decided to check this video out. So I appreciate y'all. With my head up out of here. Y'all know the vibes. Always keep growing. See you going. It's me, Boy G. I'm gone. Peace.